important to take time out, apart from chasing your dreams and nurturing your ambitions. It's good for the spirit to engage with people and to be of service to others, to spend time with family and friends and doing things for our communities. It's food for the soul, and we spend most of our times at work doing things for other people and not doing things for ourselves. So it's very important to have a time out to say, now I'm engaging on a social level. I'm doing things for myself. I'm rewarding myself for all the things that I do for other people out there, because it's so easy to lose track of all the sort of things. And in the end, when everything that is done, and then you get to realize that, okay, I've done all of this, I've achieved this, I live in a big house, in a big home, and yet feel so lonely, so isolated, not having the things that money can't buy, or even your cushy job can't buy for you. Because honestly, there are things that we do and we sometimes take for granted, to say that they will always be there, like things like family, people that support you, people that push you to be your very best. We must take care of those things, and it's always better to strike that balance, because even in our positions and our offices overlooking the best views and everything, we are replaceable, but so much that when things happen, we must still maintain that side of us, that personal side of us, and not make our work or our careers everything to us, because that can be easily gone. We are replaceable, but the love of family, the love of even the simplest of things, animals, trees, take time out, do gardening, something, make yourself happy, do something that is fulfilling, because at the end of the day, it is what's most important, and it will always be there besides everything. And we are human before we are attorneys, doctors, engineers, whatever. My name is Peggy Makgoatho, and I'm 31 years old, and I grew up in Molechi, Ramshwani, in Limpopo. Well, a small village that is on the northwest of Polokwane. Peggy is a daughter, is a mother, and I'm an attorney, a good friend, and love working with people. And as an attorney, I work for Neil Govender Attorneys, and I'm also a director in the law firm. And we deal with civil litigation matters, your insurance claims, and conveyancing matters. And I've been with the firm for 2 years now, and it has been great. My journey with my career, dating back from high school, I studied I chose the math and the science path. And in high school, honestly, I didn't actually know that I wanted to be an attorney or a lawyer. And in fact, I believed that I could be anything and be good at it. And so I passed matric, and after matric, then I had to make a decision as to what career path to follow now. And for as long as I can remember, I've always been that, not to say that I'm argumentative, I'd say that I'm very open and opinionated, and I've always been that child that would state how I felt. And I think my parents embraced that about me, and even with my interactions with other people, they always would put it out to me that, the way I spoke, the way I carry myself would be that as of an attorney. But at the time, I didn't take it seriously until the very last end, when I had to make a decision. And to tell you an interesting story, before I actually went on to decide, formally so to say, that I'm pursuing this career path. I have a brother-in-law that's an attorney also. And one day while we were sitting trying to figure out what to do, he said to me that, you could actually make a great lawyer. You're outspoken, you're opinionated, you stand your ground, and you have a strong personality. And then there I was, at the time I was in Johannesburg, and there I was then going back to University of Limpopo with my bags and all. And I must say that after having made that decision, I was kind of like in despair. But I decided to do it anyway because the career fit in with my personality. And I said, no, I've always said that I could do anything and be good at it. Now this would be a good start. And fast forward, university, and I got there, and I got to be in despair again because I got to realize that law is a regulatory form of a career, in a sense that if you think about it, everything that we do is governed by some sort of law. And there I was on the phone again with my brother-in-law in despair, and I was saying to him and my sister to say that, you know what, this law is everywhere. I'm not sure that this is for me because there's law of this, there's law of that. And he says that if you can get that everything is governed by a specific law, then you are at the right place. And then I carried on with it, first year obviously, and throughout all my undergrad years it went smoothly, and I must say that it is a perfect fit for me, and I love what I do. And for me to have gotten there, obviously I got my English and your other subjects, and just make sure that you get your bachelor entrance and your English is good and you're passionate about speaking to people. And the nice thing about it also is to say that you can work anywhere, and you can work anywhere in the world with your legal degree, in some departments, even government departments, and your corporate firms. And if not corporate firms, then the corporate firms will source your services to act as an attorney for them, because obviously as law governs everything around us, be it human rights, be it criminal law, be it family law, and all those type of things. So yeah. To gain entry into the Bachelor of Laws, you need to have your English, and your English has to be very good, and together with other subjects, and you need to get a university pass. And from first year up until fourth year, you do a whole lot of courses, including your constitutional law, your African law, your law of delict, your criminal law, and your law of evidence. Those are just the courses to prepare you. And obviously they don't start you off with hard things. They start you with introductory courses up until you get to a point where in your final years you get to choose electives depending on what you like your things like your courses, your advanced labor laws and estate or competition law, whichever you fancy at that point, because then you would be advanced by the time you reach your final years. And obstacles faced in varsity or challenges, I'd say that the biggest challenge for me was to align my attitude and to say that you're in a new place. It's a whole new different place altogether. There's no teacher to be running after you to say you must do your homework, so it kind of hones your independence and your responsibility to say that everything that you do on your own, and it's for yourself. And obviously with varsity there are parties thrown all over the place, and then you have to be so disciplined that you understand that there's time for fun and there's time to getting into the real work. With studying law, you have options. You can become what we call a lawyer or a legal advisor. You can choose to become an attorney or an advocate, and also a prosecutor. To start off, we can just start with explaining what a prosecutor is. It's someone that represents the state in criminal and sometimes commercial crimes or criminal matters basically. But they represent the state against another person that has done something wrong against the state or somebody. And an advocate, to become an advocate, you must serve pupillage and then become for a certain period of time. And then once you have completed that, then you can apply to be admitted as an advocate. And to become an attorney, you have to write your board exams. It's 4 papers that you need to write. And after you have completed that, you also need to attend your school for legal practice. And after completion of that, then you can apply to be, once you have passed your board exams and you've done your practical legal training and you've served articles, then you can then be admitted as an attorney. Now, I am an admitted attorney, meaning that I've written the board exams, I've done practical legal training, and I've served my articles. And I've chosen to be an attorney because attorneys are the general practitioners of the law. You're not limited by anything, and you can do anything and you can work everywhere. And with advocates, they also deal with their own specialized fields, and you can also become a family advocate even, meaning that you deal with matters concerning children and all family law matters. And for me, like I said, being an attorney means that you are a general practitioner and you get to have that contact with people. Like your access is not limited, where else traditionally advocates were only seen by referral, meaning that they have to be briefed by an attorney and not necessarily seen by the public. It's like they are specialized. If you were to compare them, you would say that they are specialist doctors of the law, so to say, meaning that ordinarily a person cannot walk into an advocate's office and starts consulting and that sort of thing. Okay, and upon my completion of my law degree, then I was first employed as a family law intern for an organization called probono.org in Johannesburg. And working as a family intern for me was awesome, as I got to engage with just ordinary people having family law problems like your maintenance, custody issues, access issues pertaining to children, and I got to work close hand in hand with some of the courts that allowed us to assist them with those matters. And I got to work hand in hand with maintenance officers and investigators and assisting them in getting help, and most importantly getting legal representation for those that cannot afford it. And after that, I went on to serve articles at Legal Aid, and I did mostly criminal law and civil law, but limited to drafting of pleadings and all of that. But the core functions that I had was to represent indigent clients in court. And for me, that got to show me to say that I love litigation. I love being in court, and I would say that the best moments of my life have always been in court, and I've carried that through to everywhere where I went. And after serving articles, I went on to work for Old Mutual as a claims consultant, and then later promoted to a negotiator in the liabilities department. And then I moved on to Neil Govender Attorneys to go back into practice, because obviously I have a litigation back and I love litigating. It's my life, and I love it so much. I wouldn't want to go months without stepping into court or doing that sort of thing. And the other thing is, not everyone is cut out to do litigation. You can still be an attorney and be in the office and be closing deals and doing commercial matters and concluding contracts, and the field is it's so broad that you can just do anything. But the most important thing is to identify what is it that you like. Is it litigation? Do you like being in court? Do you like being in an office and dealing with a whole lot of admin and paperwork? But for me now, I get to join everything so that everything becomes full circle, because I've done so much litigation that now I'm trying to do the admin side of it, or the corporate side of it, so to speak. I'm an attorney, and our firm does collections on insurance claims, and we have three of our biggest clients are insurers. The biggest insurers in South Africa, and we do the insurance claims for them. We do collections for them, so motor vehicle accidents and non-motor claims for them, your public liability. And we also have a conveyancing section that's done by our consultants that do the conveyancing piece. And conveyancing is a specialized field of law dealing with property transfers and all of that. And besides that, I also do litigation work on matters where, for example, our client is suing another person and we're not getting any recourse in terms of getting a settlement or whatever, and then the matter progresses to trial stage. Then I do the trial, like our civil litigation. Then I do the trials, and obviously doing a trial means that you go into court, sit in front of a magistrate, consult with clients, and present them in court. In 5 years' time, I'd like to have probably branch out into risk and compliance, because it's very big right now, and working close to close with insurance companies. I'll say that I'd like to become a risk compliance officer and probably expand our footprint with the current law firm that I'm with, or on my own, and have more time for family and do all the fun things.